We're heading north now, back to Calais, and with two places here that we wanted to stop at in the Loire, but we just didn't have time. So we will be back, no doubt. But this was our next choice, and although we didn't get a chance to see the little villages and towns, we found a nice air, and we thought, well, we'll go and do a little bit of shopping, which was a very handy little supermarket just up the road from the campsite, and we called into Marche. We got fuel as well, and I think this is the last time we refueled before we left France. In the last video I did mention, I think, that the fuel costs in France are roughly the same as the UK at the moment. From here we just had a short journey down the road to the campsite, or to the Aire, and here we are arriving, and it's just starting to rain, unfortunately. The start of another fine day. Well, yesterday wasn't. It was a washout. We were fine while we were driving here. And by the way, we're on another Camping Car Park Aire from the Camping Car Park app. There are hundreds of them all over France, and we chose this one, which it seems has got nice little villages around and lovely walks. Well, so much for that. As soon as we arrived, it started to rain, and we thought, oh, we'll just have a bite to eat and see what happens. It fell down. All afternoon, all evening, we pretty much just sat about reading, and I came out to walk the dogs a couple of times and got drenched, so cameras didn't come out yesterday. So we had a quiet day. People must have known it was going to be wet, because there's no one else here. No one else but ourselves, and as usual, just as I switch the camera on, all the cars come past, don't they? The site was pretty quiet and dark. There's nothing much here, but big bank up the side here, so there's no views really. There's a little view down the end there, but opposite side of the road there's a lovely big campsite, commercial campsite, which I understand you're allowed to use the restaurants and so on there. We haven't been over there purely because, as I said, it just completely rained all day. We've got a couple of hours drive today, because we are still making our way north back to Calais. We've found another camper car park, which is a short walk from the village, and when we get there we'll show you around. So we'll get packed up on the road and catch you in a bit. Well, we found our latest Aire. It's a camper car park, and it's at the Lyons La Foret, and it does actually say there's 12 places on the board here, but we know there's only 10. We are actually parked up inside, and there is only 10 spots. So here's the entrance, the usual things. You can take your membership here, you can join up, and then you swipe your card across the numbers there. Separate water.
Water in the back.
Yeah, water on the back of the post.
Right next door to the toilet emptying point.
Yeah, some of them are a bit close to the toilet emptying point. We don't like that. We don't use it.
You don't need to use your card. That's
Here's
just
the
a press
toilet.
button.
And there's the grey waste. Sue's walking across it. And what we do like about this place is this beautiful little stream. This is a little shady spot here. And this lovely stream that runs down towards the town in that direction and back up through the air in this direction. And you can hear the birds as well. It's a beautiful little spot here for 10 camper vans. And here's little Smurf. We're on pitch number 2, and looks pretty full now. Yep, it's full. There's 10 vans in there, and there's quite a few people sitting out along the stream, so I won't film them. This is where we are. Walking into the village of Lyons La Foret. Looks like it's an award-winning village. There's lots of these signs up, and they say it's very pretty. So we're going to walk down the road here while a man's cutting his lawn and see what it's like. Some lovely houses along the roadside here. I was reading that in this town they have quite a community of festivals and concerts and flower shows.
And they've got a tank competition this Sunday.
So there's quite a lot going on, I think. Yeah. Quite a lively community. So we're looking forward to seeing
lots of lovely old buildings.
What's in the town. We've left it a little bit later in the afternoon. It's now nearly 3:30 because it was so warm earlier, wasn't it, Sue?
Yeah.
So we've left it a little later. We're approaching the centre.
We've driven through a little bit, haven't we? Trying
Yeah,
to find
we drove through because we went past the entrance to the site.
Garmin took us straight there, but we thought that was another campsite. That's right next door to it, isn't it?
Yeah. We've made it to the little town. I'm just out of breath because I've climbed up this hill. I really must get fit. But look at this. Beautiful half timber buildings. And across the road too. One over here is having a new roof. Sue's headed for the shade. But behind us here, look. Tables ready for tonight for the restaurants eating out. There's a group over underneath here, which I would assume would be the trading area or the market area. Gorgeous streets and lovely, very picturesque little town of these timber buildings lining the streets. Sue's having a beer, trying to work out what things mean on Google Translate.
On the ground.
And I've got a beer and I'm soaking up this lovely atmosphere. We've got the little marketplace across the road as well. Well, we continue our journey north and we travel from that beautiful place, Lyons La Foret, to another one. This is Saint Valery Sur Somme and we're on the way to going to the vets. Hello and good morning. We've moved on and we're at Saint Valery again. Oop, there we are. Which was where we were 2 years ago with Sheila and Joe, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we've come on the Aire, which we spotted when we were walking from Drancourt.
Well, I googled it, didn't I? Because we've got time to kill before the vets.
Yeah, but we spotted it 2 years ago, didn't we, when we walked along that lane? And we're going to find the lane down to the historic part of Saint Valery now.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of time before we need to see the vets, so
And
we're
it's
going to
45 minutes away, the vets, isn't it?
Yeah, from
Got
here.
allowed time for parking.
But this would be a lovely place to stop overnight. It's a really nice
you drive
area.
in and pay on the way out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. So we'll get walking. I'll just show you the Aire and then we'll get walking down the lane and get into Saint Valery. So here's Smurf parked up. It's quite a quiet little village sort of arrangement here. And here we are. There's one or two other Brits here. Just spoken to these lovely people. And we're going to go for a walk. This is where we came in. It's quite a large Aire. Good bit of space around the back still. People moving about because it's Friday, so it's a weekend, and there's more down there as well. Here's the entrance. Sue's just having a look to see how we pay, but you pay as you leave apparently.
You can actually see the screen this time.
Yeah, nice little pay machine. I'm sure we'll work out how that goes when we come back. So we haven't got very much time, so we're going to get started. Here's the map. And a bit of information about the area on this big notice board. And we go round here, so round the corner here and back.
€6.
There's a tariff, yep.
€12, 24 hours.
So it's €12 a night, which is dead cheap really, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I'm just getting full.
Yeah, very popular. Centreville. Here we go then. Well, we've made it to the historic centre of Saint Valery. Almost forgot where we were for a moment. But we have been here a couple of years ago. Took a photograph of this monument, which is splendid. An up close view of it. Doesn't seem like 2 years ago that we were here. But it is a lovely place, and you'll see in a moment when we come round the corner. Beautiful old buildings. Very unusual flint work on the side of this property. Wow, beautiful views across the bay here. Last time we were here there were roadworks. I think they were relaying the car park here at the time. There's the church. And cracking buildings. Our view down here to the promenade. There was a couple of swans just went through there. Couldn't get the camera out quick enough, but yeah. Sue's over there taking pictures. Yeah, it's just beautiful up here at the old church. And I just noticed that the stonework in the church is similar to that of the house that we looked at a few minutes ago, just up the street. Isn't that fabulous? And there's a little walkway just here. We're going to go down that flight of steps down to some more of the old town. Having descended the steps from the top, we turn the corner here to an arch. Our Café de Gien has had a makeover since we were last here. I'll see if I can find a picture that I took. walking along the promenade. There's a little bit of a chill in the air, oh, I have to say. Bit of a breeze coming from that direction. Anyone for a game of crazy golf? Just by the car park here. I think this is where our little hat seller was, Sue.
Yeah.
Just here on the corner. Had his little stall on the corner here, just behind this lamppost. And that's where we bought our hats. I'll see if I can find the picture of me and Joe in our hats. He's not here today. He's been moved on. Like it was 2 years ago. This looks new to me, this little cafe. I say, Joe.
Yes, mate.
We found a hat shop, didn't we?
Why, yeah, you bought yours. Mine's already bought.
Yours is from the UK.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nice hat. And this is where the little shopping street starts here. A little commercial centre with the main street. The commercial shops all down there. It's very pretty. We're going to walk down there and then we'll turn right and head back to our Aire. Lovely little streets off the main street here. Fairly quiet this time. It was busier last time we were here, I think. But, we are sort of towards the end of May, so we're early in the season. See anything here last time we were here? It's from the UK. We'll come to the end of the main street, just here. And there's a lovely monument here of the Battle of 1066. And we're just looking at Google Maps, I don't know if you can see that, but it says going down the passage. Well, we've made it about 40 minutes too early for the vets, so
Parked in the street.
yeah, I picked this one because it's good parking and it was in a good location for our Aire. It appeared to be quite a busy little practice, very modern looking. Doesn't look like the building's been there very long, and the street is a very modern area, isn't it? It looks like a lot of the this area is fairly new, recently developed. But anyway, I'll put the name of the veterinary practice on the screen here somewhere, and I'll let you know how we get on. And we're just relaxing for a few minutes, watching people going in and out. There's no good us going in there until 3 o'clock. But we're going to walk the dogs up and down the road just in case they need to go. Well, that was very good. The lady vet saw us quite quickly. We actually arrived in there 10 minutes early, and I took in our health certificates, the rabies certificates, our normal vaccination certificates and my passport, and the lady at the desk who did the entry on the computer needed all of those documents, so that was good. I'm glad I got everything for them, and so it took 5 or 10 minutes just to register our dogs on the computer, and we sat in the waiting room. We were called through. We were in there no longer than 15 minutes. The lady vet was very nice. She checked their hearts. A little bit concerned about the dogs because of their age, but there's no problem with them travelling. They both took a treat with a medication hidden inside. So that went really well. We're just about ready now to travel, and we're waiting for Sue to put the dogs back in their crate, and we'll be on our way. We're now heading to another Aire, and it's in Merlimont, so it's only about 15 minutes away, I think. Really pleased with that. I'll put a picture and the name of the veterinary practice on screen, so if you're in the Perche area, just beyond La Touca in France, and the price was €72. €72 for both dogs, which isn't the cheapest we've had, but prices are going up, aren't they? Prices are going up, and we're very happy with that. So let's get on the road, and we'll see you at the next stop. walk down to the beach and look what's going on. A little bit of windsurfing. Or kite surfing. He's got his little trike running along the beach there with a kite up near. Another one here, which is that is a windsurfer one. And there's another one with a Union flag on, but that's gone down the beach. Well, there's a nice beach bar down here. Doesn't appear to be open at the moment. Bit of a breeze going on, but plenty of people enjoy the beach. And there is a sign down there that says no dogs. But of course we've noticed French people don't take any notice of that. So we're not going to go down there with our dogs because we don't want to be confronted with anybody from the municipal or council saying you must not have your dogs there. But we like this bar here, look, we like the look of that. Le Squali, and Sue said that means the shark. There you go, she's done her translation. And there's a nice looking promenade down here. We're going to walk a little further and then we'll see how we get on. Now, quite a breeze blowing here. And crucifix. Looking out to sea. Fabulous beach out there. Yeah, we're out with the dogs. Hello, it's quite a pleasant evening actually, and we thought we'd better bring them out for a good walk because they've had their medication and we don't want any accidents in the van, do we?
Gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today.
Well, as we approach the Eurotunnel Le Shuttle, we're on our way home. I'll just talk you through the various different checkpoints. The first one, of course, if you own pets, is pet reception, it's known as. Look out for the big yellow signs. Roads are fairly well marked, and as you can see here on the road, the yellow sign is the one you're looking for. It takes you around the back of this temporary building at the moment, and we've seen this temporary building for a few years now. But just park up, take your paperwork in and get all the documentation checked, and they should send you through to the next checkpoint. We were only there about 10 minutes. We actually walked our dogs. There's a little dog walk area there on the right, because they will be in the car for a little while whilst they're on the train or in the van. So you follow the road round now until you get to ticketing. We chose one on the right here which had got a person, and we were a bit early, probably about 2 hours early, and pulled up at the window here. He did offer us an early ticket for €100 or €105. We declined that, but we still got on a train that was at least an hour early, so and we didn't have to pay any extra for that. So from here you go round to the parking area where you can park up and look at the big screen and watch for your call, just like you would at an airport on this big screen here. We left the van for a few minutes and went and got some coffees, and there's duty free in that big building there as well if you want it. And before we knew it, it was time for us to go down around this building. Just watch to your left here, because there are vehicles approaching you from the left, and with ours being a right-hand drive, it was difficult to see the cars coming at you with the van. So once you go around here, it looks like you're going back to ticketing, but you're not actually, you're just doing a loop. And then coming round to French passport control, which you'll see emerge in just a moment. This is where it looks like you're going the wrong way, but it's just to give enough space for the lanes to be at the right angle. So we queued up here only for about 5 minutes. Queue soon moved forward and showed our passports to French immigration.
And I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of.
There is, once you come through there, this is where they check for explosives and drugs. They do a little swab on your steering wheel sometimes. They just pushed us through. They weren't interested in doing a check for us. So we came straight through and we were asked to go into this lane. Now this one has got motorhomes and caravans sign up. I think it's just on the post here. There it is there. And then, of course, be careful you don't drive on the hatched area. And then once you pull up at the window, this is UK immigration. And they check you back in, make sure you're who you say you are. And then here sometimes they stop you and check your gas, but there was no one there this time. So we went down to the gate and just make sure that you get in the right lane here. There's a couple of lanes, priority tickets, and then I think there's a lane for large vehicles and cars and motorcycles. But make sure you get in the right lane, otherwise you're the wrong side of the fence just there. I think they're flexible tickets the other side there. We caught up with our motorhome colleague, who he was, but he was in front of us. Now this lady here, I had trouble understanding her. She was quite a strong French accent, but she wanted to check the gas, so I showed her around to the side, and showed her the gas, and then showed her that the hob couldn't light, so she knew then that the gas was switched off. She asked us how much gas was in the tank, and we told her that it was 3/4 full. And here we are, going through the gate and straight onto the train.
I got all the signs, but I couldn't run then. I don't blame myself, couldn't see it coming. I know now, that's how they do it. They drag you in, just to leave you feeling stupid. Hey, don't call me up, I know you know what you did, so I'm turning the radio up. Don't wanna hear it's too late for apologize. Lately I've realized that what goes around comes back around. What goes around comes back around.
Welcome aboard the Shuttle. Seem to be hopping on and off this thing quite regularly these days. Sue's having a banana. We just listened to the instructions, the safety instructions, and we've got into a carriage. We're about an hour and a half early. It looks like we're going to be home in time for tea, so that'd be nice. Beautiful day out there now, sunny and quite warm. So we'll finish the video here. We've had a fabulous 4 weeks. It's been, well, I'll say trouble-free, and we're not home yet, but there's only one thing that's happened, and that was our front blind broke. The Remus blind, the strings have come unattached, I think, So we've spoken to Sharman's caravans, or Sharman's, on Colchester Road in Ipswich, and they've booked us in for Wednesday, which is really good. And one of the engineers will have a look at it. If we need to get a new one, we'll get a new one. But I think it's come unstrung, and it may be because one of the parts is broken or whatever, but if we need a new one, we'll just get a new one. We're going to make our way home now after 4 weeks. Thank you for sticking with us if you have done throughout the series, and we'll see you on the next trip, which is Hermanfest down in the New Forest, and we're looking forward to that. There's lots of friends going to be there, and let's see in a couple of weeks' time. We'll see you there. Au revoir.
You should never have to make excuses for his behavior towards you, the one he loses. I know they seem to understand now, but they will never change, no matter how hard you try. Hey, don't call me up, I know you know what you did, so I'm turning the radio up. Don't wanna hear it's too late for apologize. Lately I've realized that what goes around comes back around. Hey, what goes around comes back around. Looks so pretty on the outside, got the eyes of an innocent